Hey everybody, and welcome to a little Valentine's Day special. Valentine's week? Valentine's fortnight? Valentine's month? Oh, fuck. Okay, so first we'll start with why marriages used to be absolutely awful for the girls, and then we'll go on to the guys. But first I need an example character. So let me just grab one of you, three of you that isn't trans, and there we go. You're coming with me back in time, and you're going to be my guinea pig. Okay, so most people know the general do's and don'ts of marriage from the past. You know the do's: parents' permission, no touchies, probably not your spouse. So why don't we talk about some of the wacky shit? Why don't we talk about kidnapping? Yeah, so in basically the entire Earth, this was shockingly common, so sorry, I guess. There used to be tons of different marriage rituals that essentially came down to the groom just hitting a lick on his goddamn fiance. Like, I mean, seriously, him and his friends would literally just pull up on her at a completely random time and location, grab her ass, throw her in the back of a wagon, and then just peel off. And then take her to a remote location where they just barter with her family to give her back, which is, that's actually kind of a W side hustle, I'm not gonna lie. Wait, what the fuck? And don't get it twisted, this wasn't some like fun little thing. Like, if you refuse, bro, you're probably gonna get smacked. But to be fair, honestly, based on the shit that girls read, you probably would have enjoyed this. Probably sitting in the back of the wagon talking about some, but if you had to get, if you had to guess, how long will it take us to get there? Like, shoddy! We going 4 miles per hour, okay? We can see it. It's right there. And like I said, this whole kidnapping thing was basically everywhere. This included, but was not limited to, Scotland, Ireland, ancient Rome, ancient Greece, Georgia, Ukraine, Moldova, Azerbaijan, Turkey, Iran, Iraq, Ethiopia, Nigeria, the Mayans, Mongolia, and Kazakhstan. So yeah, that's great. You just instantaneously, upon spawn, you just get kidnapped from your home. It's great. You just get stolen away from your friends and family. Oh wait, you watch my videos? You just get stolen away from your family. Anyway, let's say that one of you are married in the Roman Empire. And you're a goth, by the way, because the thumbnail. Shit, you could sack me. Man, that's just yay. Anyway, yeah, let's say you were married in the Roman Empire, and your husband keeps ditching you to go hang out with his underage femboy boyfriend. You would typically have to find rude, acceptable legal grounds for divorce, which is, you know, cheating would count under that, so you're good there. Consult your family to see if they would allow the marriage to be dissolved, then go and declare both of those in front of a judge before finally getting the dowry that your family paid back. But what makes this even funnier is that literally all your husband would have to do to divorce would be to just say that he divorced you in front of at least one other person, which low-key I would be abusing the fuck out of. Why would you tell the court that I said I was gonna divorce my wife in front of you? Wait, I knew you wanted a piece of that. That's what those long stares were. Yeah, I wanted a piece. Yours. Anyway, now that you've seen why it sucked as a woman, we can look at a couple of reasons why it also sucked ass as a guy. Not literally though, that was actually one of the rare perks. Anyway, I'm gonna turn you into one of my male viewers now so you can continue to be my little guinea pig. Why do you look the exact same? But, to be fair, men would have to put up with some pretty dumb stuff too. Like their wives, am I right? For example, in medieval China, that looks about right. On the night that a husband would go to pick up his new wife for her to, like, you know, move in with him, her family would all kind of set up behind the door to do this thing that was very creatively referred to as a doorway ceremony, in which the family members would all get you to undergo tasks to test your patience and devotion. Basically, just like answering questions and performing physical tests, stuff, etc. Essentially, imagine that bit in Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone where they were doing all those tests to get to the stone, except instead of that big ass dog, it's your girlfriend's fuck-ass little brother asking you, would you be able to run from a freaking packet, yo? Like, I don't know, bro. You need to pack it the fuck up. Oh, yes, that all very impressive, sweetie, but, can you sing? Anyway, and speaking of testing, if you happen to find yourself as a prince in ancient India, specifically the Vedic period, then there was a pretty decent chance that at some point you'd find yourself in a shawarma. That's what this is, it's shawarma. Which was basically a competition that would be done between noblemen and other high-ranking guys to see which one of you would be able to marry the princess. Most of the time, this would, for some reason, just materialize as a big archery competition where you have to get sat in front of a live audience and laughed at because no one wanted to pick the squeaky-voiced autistic kid with the YouTube channel for basketball, no matter how 6'2" he was. And so the kid that literally touched the class pet and had actual genuine cerebral palsy got picked before you. I guess you could say we were both touchy. Although I guess the bride's family also had to pay the dowry at most points in history, but I mean, it couldn't have... What the fuck? Okay, yeah, you guys win. I mean, that's a lot of fucking V-Bucks, bro. That's a lot of My Little Pony full 6 main character collectible fleshlights. Anyway, what have we learned? Don't go ban for ban with a furry little sister ASMR roleplay YouTuber. Stop! Computer science major or medieval woman's family. And also just generally, like, imagine spending 18 straight hours in the fields every day like a goddamn rabbit covered in shit. 18 back-breaking hours just to come home and get your back broken again by Shrek 3. That's Shrek 3. This is Shrek 3. That's Shrek 3. It's not a good movie. Or you have to come home and crack this shit. Bitch looks like a fucking bowling pin. And also building on that, undoubtedly, the worst part of marriage in history was the extremely common event of not meeting your bride or groom until like the day of or close to the day of your marriage, which sucked. I mean, all of those poor girls being forced against their will to marry men they'd never even met. Oh, the travesty. Oh yeah, and you too, I guess. And this very thing created one of the funniest situations I've ever seen in history. When Henry VIII met his fourth wife, Anne of Cleves, 4 days before they were supposed to get married, and immediately just said, which, I mean, to be fair, she does kind of look a little bit like Tinky Winky, but also, to be fair, Henry kind of looked like Twinkie Winky, you know, like the cream not that cream filled. And then after this, she never remarried, which, as far as I'm aware, and yes, I've actually done research on this, I'm that far gone, makes her history's first and I think only femcel. So yeah, let me know if you guys know any other femcels. I want to make a video about that. Like, just imagine this. Just keep in your head that this is an actual scenario that has occurred on multiple occasions throughout history with, you know, maybe 1 or 2 modernisms. Just imagine you meet your wife just then, right as you're about to get married, looking like a half-transformed animorph, going on about whatever bullshit she heard from a YouTube video made by a dude that looks like this as the new hit song from that 21-year-old non-binary TikTok singer that looks like a Steven Universe character and will never have to work another day in their life again, plays through their grimy, earwaxy, disgusting AirPods. And on top of that, you have to hit that shit while your whole family lineage stares at you like you're trying to explain the lore of orcs from 40k. And then you turn back to your wife and realize she's basically a fucking diagram of one. And then you're forced to make the hope in the eyes stealing decision on the same level as realizing your parents had to have sex to create you, of either looking at her or into the eyes of your sweet beloved old grandma. This is your life now. Have fun. Psych! You're coming with me? So, now that you've seen why marriage used to just be the weirdest, dumbest, worst thing ever, I'm sure you would finally agree you would never want to be handed a free spouse, love, support, any of that shit, as long as it was before the 20th century, because it would be so much worse than your current position. Okay, maybe not you guys, but most people. Dick gang in my ass at all times. I don't know who I fucked last night, but they all guys. I don't know who I fucked last night, but they all fine. I don't know who I fucked last night. They probably got Alzheimer's. What?
Got a drop on this flexin' nigga. He from Tennessee.